So guys, welcome back to the channel. Right now, I have the Soundcore A30i's. Now, you can find these for about $49.99, though if you go into Amazon, you can actually get them for $29.99. So let me give a shout out. Probably going to butcher your name right now, but Sire Mumar 9894 was the person that asked me to review these. And what's funny about it is that I didn't even know that this even existed. I just happened to type in Soundcore in the Amazon cart from time to time, and when I see a new project, I'm like, click, and I happen to buy it. So specification wise, to get this out of the way, like I said before, it's about $49. You could get it a little bit cheaper on Amazon or the Soundcore website. These have advanced ANC, which it means that you can actually adjust the ANC. You could change the indoor, outdoor. It's really good in that regard. 22 equalizer settings, along with custom EQs. It also has 3D sound, so keep that in mind. A single playtime is 7 hours in the buds. Not too long, but good enough for the average person or just anyone in general. I think the standard is like 6 or so if you're using like Apple products. And it has 24 hours within the case. It does fast charge. Now, 10 minutes will give you 2 hours, which is pretty much the standard for most buds nowadays, but not bad at all. No wireless charging. The IP rating is IP54. It does have 4 mics with AI calls. The AI aspect just helps keep the calls clear in different conditions. It has wind conditions too. So it actually has an option where if you're riding a scooter or riding a bike, you could turn on like this wind protection feature, which still allow people to be able to hear you in addition to you hearing them. And I've used that on the P30i's. It works great. 4 microphones inside. You do have touch controls. You get the option to turn off and on, which I'll show you in the actual Soundcore app. These do have multipoint, so for the person out there that likes multipoint, this has it. Now, it is Bluetooth 5.4 and the lipstick design. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the design, which I'll show you guys in a second, but it's not bad. I'm not mad at all for this. This is a pretty solid product for me just using it for the last couple of days. And of course, I will update a video to see if I have any problems, but for now, let's unbox this together. So with that being said, I can't wait. So once you open up the box, this is everything that comes with it. So let's get the small stuff out of the way before we get to the actual earbuds. First things first, you have small tips and large tips that come inside the box. The mediums, in case you're wondering, are already on the headset the moment you open up the box. We'll put that to the side. You do have a pretty small USB-C cable. This isn't long at all. As a matter of fact, let me unravel this. This is super short. Now, I know some people might have an issue with this, but when you think about it, let's say you want to carry an extra cord strictly for the earbuds to charge them. You don't want something that's as long as your regular charger. This isn't even a foot. I would say it's about maybe 6 inches, 5 to 6 if you include the 2 bases. It's pretty small, the cord itself. Right here, we have the instructions, as you can see. Just show you this real fast. You can actually scan this in order to see the user guide if you want to. Otherwise, if you skip to the next page, basically it shows you how to change the rubber tips on the earbuds itself, how it fits inside of your ear. Though mine fits a little bit differently than this for maximum comfort, this is how it's supposed to be. When it comes to powering on and pairing, you just open up the case and take the earbuds out. That's how you pair it, and I'll show you how to do that in the next section. Real fast, quick, and simple and easy. And then right here, we have the physical button. Now, every Soundcore product, if it doesn't have a physical button, then it has a touch button. And most headphones, if you hold the touch button for about 3 to 5 seconds, in this particular case, 3 seconds, you can manually turn the headset on and off. Sometimes headsets aren't synced to one another. Freak accidents do happen, so you can just power it off and then power it back on or put it inside the case and see if it'll reconnect that way and sync to one another. Now, more importantly, here is the case itself. Now, when you first take this out, there's going to be a film going all around this. You're going to have to peel it off, and there's going to be a separate film on the bottom. So you're going to have to pull the case out in order to actually tear it off. On the bottom is your USB-C, and we talked about this earlier, but 10-minute charge can give you 2 hours of battery life on the 7-hour battery life. And that depends whether you're using ANC, normal mode, or transparency. So just keep that in mind. Now, here are the buds themselves. I love the way these buds look, man. When I first saw them, the case itself, I'm not really a fan of, to be honest with you. The lipstick case seems a little feminine, but I did get the blue one because I said I like the color, the baby blue. They had other colors, but this one really caught my eye. So here we are. And as soon as you pop these buds open, normally there's some type of film that goes over this to protect it from touching the connector and overcharging or charging during, dormant mode before someone buys it. You are going to have to peel that off. But Very simple. Just pop them inside the case. Take this one, pop it inside the case. When it connects, the light comes on to let you know that it is connected. And again, this case does have, I think, what, 24 hours of charge in the case itself, or I think it's a total of 30 something. Now, 7 in the headset, 24 in the case. So, you know, keep that in mind. Now let's look at the bud. As soon as I popped this open, let me tell you something. The first thing that went to my mind was Galaxy Buds. Look at this, the sleek shape of this. Now, some people are going to look at this elongated back right here. I'm sorry, let me get this back into focus right here. Some people are going to look at this elongated back and say this isn't good for them. And it may not be, you know, your ear size. But for me, it actually fits in my ear canal when I place this here. And this acts as a buffer to kind of give yourself less weight so it don't feel like you'll get ear fatigue. I know, when I first saw it, I'm like, this is a really big bud. But after just using it for a couple hours, playing music, I played The Surge 2, and I ended up playing, what other game was it? I should know this off the top of my head. Remnant 2 on the Steam Deck. It worked just fine. And the battery life, the sound, it was just really, really good, all around good headset. I think that you'll definitely like this if you're a music lover and you want to be enveloped in the music. This does a really good job of that. Now, I don't want to spoil you any other parts and jump ahead of the game. Let's go on to the next section, and I'm going to show you guys, let me put it the right way, how to sync these in real time. So the sync process is very, very easy. You only have to do one thing. Two things, technically. Open up the case. Take the buds out of the case. Now, there's no light indicator to let you know that the bud is actually on. So just place it down. I'm going to give it a couple seconds to sync. It probably is already synced together, but for video reasons, let's just be safer than sorry. Now, if you swipe up, go to the settings. I'm using a Samsung tablet. So if you're using an Apple device or if you're using a Steam Deck, just go to the Bluetooth settings and search. We're going to go ahead and hit Bluetooth. And what's going to happen is the A30i's are already there because I already, they're in sync mode already in the I'm about to say the phone. The tablet picked it up. If you tap it right here, it's going to probably ask you, to pair. Now, if you're using a OnePlus device like me, normally it'll ask you to pair and sync your contacts. You have the option to do that. You don't have to if you don't want to. This is a Samsung tablet, so syncing it was very simple. And for Apple users, it's going to just sync when you tap it as an available device. Now, Steam Decks and Switches are a little bit different. It may ask you to actually connect. And the connect process for those devices, you're going to have to actually keep the system on and power it on for it to register, or go to the settings and just press connect manually. But when it comes to phones, because your phone is on all the time and your tablets, it'll sync the moment you take it outside of the case. So, very simple, very easy. Now, I was a little bit conflicted when I first purchased these. Now, I'm going to turn over here so you can go ahead and see the earbud inside of my ear. And then I'm going to turn this way so you can see the left side inside of my ear. Now, you may be wondering to yourself, why did I do that? They look normal. And you're right. They do look and fit normally like bigger size earbuds, like Galaxy Buds, the older. Actually, Galaxy Buds are probably smaller than this. I'm just being honest here. There are smaller headphones that Soundcore offers. Unfortunately, I'm assuming because of all the features that are jam-packed into this one, this is why the size has to be the way that it is. And I'm not mad about that. I don't have any discomfort whatsoever after wearing these for long periods of time. And I normally keep them on A and C in both ears. So my commutes to and from work, things like that, I don't have an issue. When it comes to sitting behind my desk and talking and having conversations, I don't have an issue whatsoever with comfort. But a person that may have smaller ears, I'll be honest with you, these may not work for you, and I wouldn't suggest them for someone that has really small earlobes. Now, for that $29 price tag on sale, or even $50, if you buy it, you can always return it if it doesn't fit you well. But if we're just talking about just overall quality, yeah, buy them. If it's for someone else, absolutely buy them. If it's for you, if you've tried other earbuds, AirPods, and so many things, ones with the stems, and it didn't fit, I don't see how this one with the weird elongated shape is going to fit. But I could be totally wrong. I could be wrong. Try it out for yourself. I think that you'll be pleasantly surprised at how well they feel inside the ear. So this is a Soundcore application. Currently, I have the P30i's connected. Well, not connected. They're synced to the application. As soon as you sign into the application, you have the option to sign in through email, or you can skip all that and go straight to, the nitty gritty. You're going to tap Add Device. Let me do that now. All right, it's searching. This is already synced, so it's going to let me know. There you go, the A30s. I'm going to go ahead and tap that. Boom, we are here. Now, from my understanding, the application, these headphones seem to be already updated when I took them outside of the box, so that's a good thing. Normally, you have to update them yourself. You may get a pair that's not updated, so just go through the update. You're going to see a lot more features when you do that for whatever Soundcore headset that you're currently using. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and hit the settings. Let me just double check and make sure the firmware is good. Yep, you are good to go. In the settings, you have the fit test. What this does is it shows you how to actually put it inside of your ear, and you can check the audio quality right here. Secondly, we have prompt tone. So if you're tapping the headset or you have a low battery prompt, you'll hear it every time you press the touch features. I normally turn off touch in general because I don't really use the double taps and stuff to answer my phone. It's very annoying for me because I scooter throughout the city and things like that. So I'm going to end up pulling my phone out or just using my watch to answer. But outside of that, it's optional if you want to keep this on. Let me go ahead back here. Dual connection. Now this is very easy. In order to turn this into a dual multi-point connection, you're going to have to go ahead and press connect device. It will automatically put your headset in pair mode again, and then you can connect to other devices without a problem. So just keep that in mind. Very easy, very simple. All Soundcore products operate the same way when it comes to multi-point. You have auto power off. I actually turn this off because I normally keep my earbuds in my ears and I may not use them for long periods of time. So you can get up to 60 minutes, 10 minutes, 20, 30, and 60, and the headset will power itself off to conserve battery. I keep it never power off. So what ends up happening is if I put them back inside the case, it'll power off. Obviously, they'll power down. But if I keep them in my ear, it'll always stay on, even if I'm not doing anything. So if you're watching a movie or something, you won't have any problems whatsoever in terms of the headset turning off. But if you're not doing anything, it's just on standby mode in your ear, it'll power off to conserve the battery. If you go back again, you have Find My Device. If you tap this, you can actually click it and the earbud will make a sound. See if you can hear it. It's a beeping noise. So yeah, you'll be able to find it that way, though it's not very loud at all. So, if you lose this somewhere in your home or somewhere else, the beep isn't going to do anything for you. Even if you lose it at home, you may be able to hear it, but the beep is so faint that you're going to have to really pay attention to that. You can't rename the device or anything. Software updates, firmware updates, all that is already done. Now here's the nitty gritty, the part that you wanted to see. I love this part right here. You have transparency mode, which has wind noise reduction. You're going to want to turn this on if you're walking outside, it's windy, it's raining, conversations, cars are flying past, whatever it is. This does a very good job of allowing your voice to be heard when you're talking to the other person without all this breakage that so many other headphones do. I like to pay attention to that. You have normal mode, which allows you to actually matter of fact, let's go back to transparency real fast. You have sound effects right here, which is a signature sound, 3D sound. You have the option for Soundcore signature. I'm going to leave that alone for the music test when I do that. You have custom EQ. If you tap this, it actually pulls the screen to do a custom EQ. And if you tap default, right, and then hit more, it shows you all of the different types of what is this called, presets that you can use. Of course, you need to play something and see how it sounds in your ear. I normally keep it on Soundcore signature. I used to use bass booster, but Soundcore headphones have so much bass now in a lot of their products, I don't need to do that. And let's go backwards. I'm going to show you something else. You have normal mode, which allows you to EQ and the control settings. The controls are going to be the same no matter what you do. Single taps, double taps, triple taps, and hold. Now, if I tap it, here's the options right here. I'm going to go into the next setting right here. These are the options. It adds voice assistant and ambient sound with double tap. Tap 3 times, same as double tap, and tap and hold. It's also the same as the first two, but it also gives the option to switch between noise cancellation, transparency mode, and normal. I tap all 3 normally because I want to make sure to go through all 3 of them if I choose to use that feature. But most of the time, I just go to the Soundcore application and change that. And the right button does the same exact thing. Identical button in terms of the taps and what you can do. Now, what you can't change is the call features, which is double tap to answer and tap and hold to decline. So I think you could double tap to actually hang up too. Last time I checked, but I'll have to try that in real time and kind of give you guys an update. Remember, this is an unboxing, and even though this product is new, it's not new, it's been out for a few months, I haven't had it that long. So I want to just do an unboxing for you guys and then come back later on to see if there's any problems. Now, lastly, this is the most important part in this application. Pay attention, guys. You already know about the controls. You already know about the sound effects. That doesn't change. That's on every setting. You also have wind reduction. But this is the part that matters. And when I saw this, I said, my God, for $50, they're really doing something. I know, I'm so excited about this. You have ANC mode, adaptive, moderate, weak, and strong. Now, for the person out there that wants strong, this is going to suck out a lot of noise around you, and it's going to kind of just put you in your own world. If you're in a motor vehicle, like a scooter, I scooter to work to and from. I don't necessarily suggest using that because you need to pay attention to your left and your right. You want to be able to hear the noise, the screeches, the beeping of the I'm about to say beeping of the engines, beeping of the horns and things like that. So, you know, teach their own, but I normally keep mine personally. Hey, why they going to weak? Hey, what happened? Whatever, it's fine. Then you have manual mode right here, which allows you to put it on different levels of how high you want it to be if you want to change it that way. Adaptive is going to just be strong. It's similar to manual mode, but manual just allows you to give you a little bit more customization, like the in between the 4 and 2, but I can always keep it at 5. And then you have multi-scene ANC. Now what this does is if you're on a train, it'll kind of like just kill a lot of the noise that's happening around you. If you're outdoors walking and things like that, the ANC will probably be a little less powerful, but still strong enough where you're still enveloped in the music. And when you're indoor, you know, the ANC lowers itself automatically. It basically just changed the profile based on where you are. So if people are talking, it's going to be a lot softer and you don't need a strong ANC. But so far, I have to say that I love the ANC of this so far. It's really, really good. The fact that they have all this customization for a whopping $49.99 just goes to show that other companies have the options to lower prices. They just don't care enough about their customers to actually do so. But I am liking this so far. So there are a couple things that we need to talk about in this section. 3 things to be exact. 1 is going to be mic quality. 2 is going to be the lag latency, if it has any when it comes to games. And the third one is going to be music. So let's get the first one out of the way. The recording that you hear right now of my voice, I'm speaking on the Soundcore A30i's right now. So that's how it's going to sound. If you're outside, you will feel some type of wind pressure. But normally, if you feel like this is clear or not, because remember, I haven't heard this until I actually start editing the video. So I'm not going to assume that I know how it sounds. But so far, when I speak to my wife on these, she said I come out crystal clear. So I assume that this is also coming out clear. So you don't have to worry about a lack of quality with phone calls. That's the first thing. Let's get that out of the way. Second thing is gaming experience lag latency. So the game that you're seeing right here is actually called Armored Core 6, I believe, Fires of Rubicon, either 5 or 6. I believe it's 6. And one of the reasons why I played this particular game with the earbuds on was because one very simple reason. There's a lot of gunfire in the background. There's a lot of robots, gears grinding and things like that. And I wanted to see if there's a lot of explosions and destruction going on, can the headset pick up all those sounds accurately and in real time as it's happening? And the answer is yes. It picks up all of those subtle noises. I can hear footsteps when I tried other games like, what was the other game I tried? Remnant 2. I played, and believe it or not, Remnant 2 actually does run on the Steam Deck, even though it says it doesn't. I have proof of that. Remnant 1. And I played the Surge 2 with this. Now, I didn't play anything that was crazy with like loud music blasting, like a cyberpunk type-ish game. But the games I did play, I think, are suitable for this type of headset, where you can use it in many different conditions. Keep in mind, I do want to say that I was playing it obviously in a quiet area. I didn't really hear anything outside of what was happening in front of me. My wife was actually watching Empire in the other room while this was happening, and I couldn't hear a thing whatsoever, with the music just blazing and blaring in my ears, depending on the game that I was actually playing. I think you're going to enjoy it. It's not going to lag when you're playing Dead Space and so many other titles. The gunshots sound like gunshots the moment you pull the trigger. I haven't had any hiccups. It doesn't mean that you're not going to experience like a little bit of connectivity issues from time to time, depending where you are, but it's pretty good so far. Now, lastly is the music experience. Let me tell you something. The only thing I can compare these two that will give me a accurate assessment is if you take the bass of the Beats Studio Buds and then you take the clarity of the Galaxy Bud 2s or Galaxy Bud Pros. Pros would be a better example, or Pro 2s. That's how good these sound. Now, I know some people are going to say, oh, you're praising it too much. No, I'm really not. For $49.99, I need you to understand that Soundcore sound profiles have always sound good. Even in the beginning, before I was doing reviews and I was buying their products, I loved the way I was captivated by how well of a product they put together for affordable price. And now that they're in Best Buy and other stores, I was like, oh, maybe they're going to just change their prices and sell overpriced stuff. No, that's not the case. They have expensive buds and they have cheaper buds. For the person out there that want the Liberty Air 4s or whatever it is, you can buy that and you can get those extra features if that's what you desire because you have the money. But they also make headsets that are so good and such high quality like this one for $50. Now, again, keep this in mind. This headset to me sounds better than a lot of their previous products that are priced over $100. That means that the sound profiles are getting better over time and they're offering a better product for a budget price. You have active noise cancellation. I don't need to say that. Let's talk about music. Sorry about that. I've been gloating too much. The bass on this one compared to the P30Is, which are really bass heavy for no reason, I think the bass does a better job of being more subtle in this headset, though it's still booming bass. It's really high quality to the point where it doesn't overshadow the voices. It doesn't overshadow the instruments playing in the background. I played Zaza from Tekashi 69. I did, I'm about to say Strapped Up. I didn't play that one. It was a Casanova song. It's called Gripped Up. That's what it is. I played a couple songs. I even did what's that group called? My Chemical Romance. One of them songs. But let me give you one that you can actually look up and understand what I'm talking about. It's called, shoot, I should know this. I know I should have prepared a little bit better, but it's okay. I want to give you guys a more raw review so you understand where I'm coming from. I actually did some soundtrack music. Remember that One Winged Angel from Final Fantasy VII Avid Children? I even played that song. And the orchestra, the music in the background, I felt so enveloped with this headset. And that's with noise cancellation on. I listen, I forgot where I was for a moment. I was just jamming, just loving the quality of this. And when I took it out of my ears, I was like, oh snap, it's the sound cores. It sounds like something that you would get out of like Apple or Samsung, because they tend to make more premium stuff. That's why I'm comparing it to it. If we're talking about quality of sound, they do not outshine this headset, at least to me, especially for the asking price. The look, the style, the attention to detail, the quality, it's all there and it's actually affordable. This is basically the OnePlus of headphones, if we're being honest here. I love them so far. So to answer the question whether this is actually worth $50, absolutely. There is no doubt in my mind that if you purchase this device for $50, as long as it fits your ear and you're used to the ear design, you're going to have a wonderful music experience. The ANC works good. The transparency mode is good. The wind reduction mode, if you decide to skateboard, ride in the sun, scooter. I actually ride a scooter every single day to work from, where I live all the way to downtown Philadelphia. And I'm talking to my wife on the phone. Granted, I do have to turn it up a little bit so she can hear me a little bit more. Well, I actually can hear her with the wind blowing, but she say I still come out really clear. That says a lot. I'm sorry, let me put this back in the camera so you can see that. There we go. I like them a lot. They have all the features that are necessary for earbuds. They have multi-point. They have the ANC, transparency, adjustable ANC, 3D sound. Not a fan of 3D sound, but for the most part, this regular sound signature works well for me. The battery life is probably the lowest I've seen in a Soundcore for some time, like 7 hours, but who cares? That's why you have the case, to put it back inside the case and to charge it. And that's the way most earbuds are. This is worth $50. Honestly, in my opinion, this is worth more than $50, but Soundcore knows their customer base. They know that they want to make good products because people are going to say, well, there's Apple, well, there's Samsung, well, there's Bose, JBLs and stuff like that. And they're going to kind of pass the Soundcores thinking, I would try it, but for the same price on sale, whatever, I can get something else. Do not sleep on Soundcore, man. It's good. It's just good. Matter of fact, these are the P30Is, and this is what I bought recently and did a review on. I'm putting these to the side because I feel like this is a better product than the P30Is, which I'll do a review and do a comparison for people that are interested in that. They're both the same price, it's different design. But again, outside of the lipstick case that I'm not a fan of, it's a good headset. You can't go wrong with the quality of sound. The connectivity is extremely strong. I haven't had any drop connectivity so far going to and from work, but of course your commute is going to be different from mine, so I can only talk about my personal experience. But again, for $30, which is what I got it on sale for on Amazon, what can you find that has all these features with this quality of sound, battery life, design for $30? Nothing. Maybe some skull candies, but no, let's not even put Skull Candy in the same category as Soundcore. It's disrespectful to Soundcore, for being honest here. But anyway, I still love Skull Candy though. You guys are pretty good. Just lower your prices and make it affordable, because you're getting killed out there in the market. Anyway, like and subscribe like always, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed this review. Peace.